Wazza!
Alright. Go on, Alex. Start us with the
That
plot.
could be how we start a new section. Rather than music, we just sit there and go, Wazza! 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 Hello and welcome to the final part of the Halloween trilogy. Even though when you listen to this, it's bonfire night in the UK, heading towards Thanksgiving in the US, and in the Southern Hemisphere, it's hot girl summer. Welcome to the Three Takes of Stupidity. I'm joined by Chandler Monk.
Wazza!
James Robbins. Okay. I'm Alex Clinton. Sorry about that. And we are three Officer Doopies, and we are reporting for duty.
I like that. I enjoyed that.
Let's get a Hoover.
Get over.
I need to rub you when I'm cleaning my room. At Three Takes of Stupidity, we do not like ending on a high, and you're going to find out why. But we are back, and boys, what have you been up to? Start with Chandler. He's got a new cast on.
Yeah, I've got the old cast off, the back slab, they call it. Now this is a full proper cast, and I'm in this for 2 more weeks. It's still quite uncomfortable. It's even harder to itch this one, but I found a very small pen that I can get in there and itch, which is quite nice.
Don't tell me where you're putting your pens for an itch.
The other thing, I ordered a new phone this week because my phone's actually broken and out of storage, and I got the new iPhone 17. Ordered a lovely new Doctor Who phone case for it and everything, and then I had it for 2 days, and then as I was cooking, something fell out of the cupboards and smashed it.
You're a fucking idiot.
You can't catch a break, can you?
I went absolutely mental when that happened. I was screaming the house down. I scared Snowy, my lovely golden retriever, so bad with me just shouting "fuck" over and over again for about a good hour.
You need to surely it's in warranty still. Apple Care.
Yeah, but it's accidental damage, so I've had to claim on home insurance.
You fucking idiot. Get a screen protector.
It was so annoying. It was a jar of Bramley applesauce.
Oh, lovely. I love Bramley applesauce.
It was so annoying, but hey.
So finally we have the answer to the age-old question, who would win in a fight, an iPhone or Bramley's applesauce? We finally know.
Don't you normally have applesauce with pork, and that's not a part of your lifestyle?
Well, no. Well, shut up. And no, it was just I was cooking pasta. It was the first time I'd cooked since I fucked my wrist, right? And I was like, right, I'm doing the right thing. I'm going to cook some pasta for me and my mum, dad, and Charlotte. And as I was getting the pasta out, it just tipped this jar of Bramley applesauce. And because I didn't have another hand to use to try and catch it, and it happened too quickly, obviously, it just smashed the phone. But anyway.
Bramley. Don't worry, I dropped something out of the cupboard that's above, just to the right of my hob. After we just got our old hob replaced by a landlord, they put in this new cheap fucking glass one. Does the job. And something fell on the corner of it, and it just cracked all across the middle of the top of the hob. I was like, fuck, quickly called. I was like, this thing was installed really badly. It actually was. Fortunately, it wasn't a joke.
Lies.
And it's cracked. They were like, yeah, fine, it's for warranty, we'll replace it. But yeah, fuck it up. Literally dropped something on it, and it just absolutely smashed. Alex, what have you been doing?
I don't know. There's quite a few things I've watched this week.
Oh shit, Chandler's got to talk about things he's watched.
Thank you.
He's not just watched things fall out the sky onto his phone.
No. I watched Angels and Demons the other day. You know, Tom Hanks, the Tom Hanks Dan Brown adaptation. That was quite enjoyable. Ewan McGregor was weird in it, but it was good. I've seen it before. It was good. Slow Horses finished their season this year, which I really enjoyed, and Only Murders again finished its season. I thought it was the final season of Only Murders, which did piss me off a little bit when they were like one more. Okay, there's one more. There's another season.
That's annoying. And I haven't watched it
yet. It's just because I think I don't think I'll watch the next season because I think the shtick has gone for me. Didn't really enjoy this season at all.
They've been very up and down.
but-
I think if I remember right, we've talked about it so many fucking times. First 2 seasons were good. Third, not so good. Four was good, and I've not watched 5 yet.
I'm just going to move us on because Alex is shaking his head at us.
I just don't know how slow these horses can be.
Yeah.
We've been talking about them for months.
Slow horses is really good. I'm just going to say that now. Slow horses is actually
it can't
really
be
good.
really good. You've spoke about it for months. How many episodes are there that this is taking you?
No, because when I started watching it, there was 4 seasons to watch. So I didn't watch it from the start. So I watched 4 seasons of it with Charlotte, and then the 5th season just came out and just finished, and it was really good.
Oh my god!
And then the last thing, I'm halfway through season 3 of Succession, which my overall take at the moment of that is it's good, but it's not as good as everyone's made it out to be.
I think series 1 is the big one for Succession.
See, I don't know. I think 2 and 3 are better than 1.
I've stalled on my watching of Succession.
Have you stopped?
I've stalled. Not stopped, just stalled.
Fair enough. What have you been up to, Alex?
Well, it's winter time now, so that means 2 things are on my rewatch list. Firstly is Taskmaster, because for some reason for me it's like a winter autumn show. I don't know why. Even though it's filmed in the summer, it just feels autumny, I think. And Peep Show.
Good old Peep.
Why is Peep Show on your autumn rewatch?
Because for some reason I feel like it happens a lot during autumn and winter. They're always like dressed in like all the characters like Mark and Jez are always dressed for the cold. In my head, they're always dressed for the cold. And they're always chatting about how cold it is. I don't know why. I think it's just the industrial flat in which they live.
I can't remember like an episode of them in shorts or in the sun or going on holiday or anything. To be fair,
there is the one where they all go on a picnic and Superhands hates Orange for deleting the twins.
Yeah, and there is another one. I guess it's right at the end of this series, isn't it? Where Mark and Jez fight over Dobby.
Yes.
In like a field.
Yes. I think that's the same episode actually.
No, the one with Superhands is like early on-ish, isn't it?
No,
they're 2 different storylines.
Are they?
Because the one with Superhands is when they're like having a picnic and then they go back. They all like go back into like a cabin. It's not Dobby's not in that episode. I'm pretty sure.
That's why I'm rewatching it to refresh.
to find out.
Yeah.
James. Wait for James as he yawns.
Yeah.
We're doing this record in the morning, which is different to us when we do it really late at night normally. James only woke up 5 minutes ago.
Hey, 15 minutes before start of record to finish the film.
He's even wearing his sleeping hat.
I could not sleep with a hat. That sounds horrendous.
Little Scrooge, aren't you?
I'm not watching a huge amount at the moment. My partner's started Bob's Burgers again, and the first series is so funny. Episode where it's Tina's birthday and Bob's working as a cabbie to raise extra money to pay for her birthday, and then he goes to the rough parts of the neighbourhood and some cross-dressing prostitutes go to the party, and they are the heart of the party. They save the party. It's just absolutely hilarious. Been meaning to stay on trend for you guys and watch the new Digimon anime. I've caught a bit of it, not really started, but it looks dark, which is good. Looks fun. What else?
For those listening to this, Alex has just held up a thing of Scrooge and it looks like James.
I mean, that's a reach, but I do have a hat on. What else? I finished the Digimon game I talked about. So much fun. Saved the alcoholic suicide.
How many more people killed themselves?
No more people killed themselves because there's time travel in it, which is good. That's helpful. And then been meaning to start a new Pokemon game on a Switch. Used the tax rebate I got this year to buy a Switch 2. Got it like a few weeks ago and he just set it up. Yeah.
Yes, because that's what people should do with their tax rebates. Buy games consoles, not save the money in a cost of living crisis.
Do I want?
Are we in a cost of living crisis? We've been in a cost of
Yeah.
living crisis for like 10 years. At what point is it? At what point is it no longer a crisis and just life?
That's so sad.
Right then, let's talk about the film Scary Movie. The plot, which I've lost. Can do that again. A year after disposing of a body of a man they accidentally killed, a group of dumb teenagers are stalked by a bumbling serial killer. Or serial killers. Ooh. Bit of a twist coming there, I think. I think we can safely say for the people. Let's talk about what Rotten Tomatoes has it on. It's got 51% on the tomato meter and 43% on the popcorn meter. Yet again proving why people should not have been allowed to vote as to whether we belong to the European Union or not. Because clearly they cannot be trusted with any kind of voting poll. Shitheads. It's clearly an 80% in all sectors.
I agree with you on that sentiment, but this film, I'm actually surprised how high it's rated.
We should also say that it's got a 3.2 on Letterboxd and a 6.3 on IMDb.
I don't know why, but I feel like I'd take the Letterboxd 3.2. I don't know, it sounds better. But 3.2 out of 5, it should be said.
I have noticed an issue. Since I think the overall review scores on Letterboxd aren't very good, because every film we've watched has been about 3.5.
To be fair, everyone we've used, we've only done it for 3 films.
I did it for one, I don't know which film, or not, in a previous series as well, before we adopted it fully, and everything's just a 3.
Was Aurora not a...
Anora maybe.
Anora, sorry.
I hope so, because it was really good.
Anyway, back to this film. We should point out right at the start that this is obviously one of the OG parodies, but as a parody of mainly Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like one of the original titles for the screenplay was Scream Because I Know What You Did Last Summer.
This is one of the first parodies, but it's just, as you say, it's based on those 2 films, but it's littered with references and little caricatures throughout of just other films. There's a phenomenal one in the first minute of the Dawson's Creek guy coming through the window.
Yeah, I liked that. I did like that. And I was like, who the fuck is that?
Because the Dawson's Creek theme is playing,
James
and he just goes, wrong set.
Not to mention the whole Scream chase with is it Carmen? Yeah, Carmen Electra getting stabbed in the boob.
Oh yeah, very early on I saw why Alex
so my humor.
chose this film. Yeah, tits.
Even though last week when he brought up about Game of Thrones, he was like, I hate all the tits. I hate all the boobs.
And then he goes and picks this film. Fuck's sake. There's 8 tit jokes in this movie.
Her dad running her over because her mum is sucking him off. Why?
Just before we get into gags, I know. And the one thing I noted down, the one thing I noted down is there are so many. I think there are actually more sight gags in this movie and references in sight gags than actual dialogue.
Yes,
because there are so many. But we normally talk about the plot on this podcast. But this is another film. I can't remember which one last one we did where the plot does not matter.
No,
it's literally Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer put into one. They killed someone, and then now a ghost face is running around trying to kill them all. And that's literally the whole plot of the film. And that's it. If you want the plot of the film, go watch Scream, and then watch this.
But Scream doesn't have much of a plot either.
Is it just killing people?
That is the plot for Scream.
Yeah, they're the same plot.
Yeah,
they are the same plot, but at least in Scream, the characters have a bit more motivation to why they're doing the murderings.
I have realised though that the gags in
the murders.
It is another gag film. It's not. I didn't find it that funny, but I do think if I watched it with Alex, his infectious laugh would have made the film way better than it actually is. And I feel like we need a YouTube series called Shit Films with Alex, where he just laughs. He makes you enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, like
Who
you
was
say with
the-
the plot, it doesn't need the plot really. It's very much like the International Space Station, just sort of flying over the plot. The plot is like is Earth. It's just like gliding along. Occasionally, you go a bit closer to the plot, then it comes back out with an incredible joke. Where, well, not an incredible joke, just a joke of Ray being like, "Oh, we need to go to prison because do you know what happens to young men in prison? Maybe we should call the police." Fantastic.
There is a vision.
The thing about this, the thing about the plot in this film is that I would say it's obviously not like one of the original parodies, because obviously there's been parody movies for many years, right? It's one of it. I think this is the start of the renaissance in the early 2000s of parody films, because then you have like this. Obviously, you have it as a franchise, but you have this. You have like Not Another Teen Movie. You have Epic Movie.
Yeah.
You have Date Movie. You have all those types of parodies. But this definitely restarted that like renaissance of them.
It did, but all those films that you've just named are just heaps of shit. This is not. I
would argue the first few, so like this and Not Another Teen Movie, are pretty good at what they're parodying. But what I think this movie has above those other ones is that it actually stays quite true to its own plot in a way. Like, you can actually see a storyline throughout the movie. Yes, some of it doesn't make sense, but you can see it. Whereas in the others, they just do away with that, and it just becomes joke with no actual story. So you're just bored throughout it. Whereas this at least keeps your attention throughout the movie with a combination of plot and gag.
Someone made the point. So I found like a list of what they rated the Scary Movie film. Scary Movie 6, by the way, is in production. With original cast.
I wrote that down as well. So for our next Halloween-y series next year, that's on the list, surely.
So
with
the
original cast,
they rate Anna Faris is in it. I know at least.
Yes.
So one.
Scary Movie
One
3
of the
here was
original
rated.
cast.
Scary Movie 3 was rated as the best and the funniest. First one directed by David Zucker, and takes hits at The Ring, Matrix again, 8 Mile, M. Night Shyamalan Signs, but they rated Scary Movie 1 as number 3 out of them all. And they made a really good point that its biggest failure is that it's a meta-satire of a traditional slasher horror film, but Scream was already that. Scream was already a more clever, funny, memorable satire slasher.
I disagree that Scream was funny. If you go back and watch Scream, it's a good film, don't get me wrong, and it is definitely a meta commentary on slasher films that have preceded it. However, it's not entirely funny. It takes itself seriously.
The clumsiest villain there's ever been, even in Scream. I have a childhood story from Halloween when my little
I genuinely thought you were going to do a me and go, I have a childhood story from watching Scary Movie as a 5-year-old.
When I was when you get to about 8 years old and you don't want to dress up as a Power Ranger or something, or a pumpkin, or you want to dress up as something actually scary and go trick-or-treating. I had one of those Scream masks where you could pump fake blood down it. But my little cousin, bless her, she did a Chandler and like stayed up and watched Scream without her parents knowing. And she was about, I don't know how old she was. She would have been about 4 or 3. I think 3 maybe.
A fucking
And
3-year-old.
Surely not. Surely not. That's even too young for me.
Or 4. Anyway,
I think you're saying like 6.
But anyway, no, because I would have been like 14 when she was 6. I think I was about 9. Anyway.
So she was 1.
No.
By your maths, she was 1.
I can't remember the ages. It was a fucking long time ago. I don't even know if I could say what her age is now. Anyway, I had that Scream mask, but because she stayed up and watched the film, she was petrified of it. For 2 years, I couldn't wear that mask 2 years in a row. When I wanted to take her trick-or-treating, she literally would cower, like scream and cower behind the sofa, and I'm like, this bitch. And they're like, no,
was she scared of the mask or you?
She was scared of the mask, but she actually believed I was the guy. when I took it off. She's like, I'm like, oh, it's okay, it's me. But she's like, no, she just thinks I'm the murderer.
No, you're a murderer.
Yeah. At that point, she didn't understand that it was just a dress-up mask. She thought I was actually him.
Well, yeah, she was one.
And that little girl grew up to be Ted Bundy.
Your maths doesn't work on that story.
I can't remember the ages. I think it might have been I was 10 and
she was when she was a fetus.
I think I was 10 and she was 3 or 4. Something like that.
It's a 3-year-old. Who the fuck lets a 3-year-old?
Or 11 and 4.
Stay up and watch Scream.
They didn't. She like hid and watched it from behind the sofa and they didn't realise.
Weird. But no, going back to the film, right? So, yes, one of the greatest bit of trivia about this is that Scary Movie was actually the original and working title of Scream. Which I thought was quite good bit.
Didn't know that.
But yeah, this film I think is as I say, the reconnaissance of these sort of parody films, but actually one of the best ones at it.
It does look like it would be on YouTube though now. It looks like a YouTuber would make this, or a film student visually. It just
because of quality, or because of like
how it looks,
production quality, or because of
how it looks and what they're trying to do. I think we've aged beyond now. I think there's a reason why you don't really see these types of films in cinemas anymore, and I think that's because they are done on digital media.
I actually think, and this was going to come out in my take, I think, but I actually think the reason we don't see these movies anymore as much as we used to is because they were just done to death in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Like you had so many of them doing the same joke pretty much every time that they just became boring.
Yeah.
And the types of parody movies we get now, we get less of them, and the ones that are good do break through. Like Deadpool is basically a parody movie of a superhero movie, but doing it the same way.
Kind of. I think also it transitions to digital media, YouTube. People were doing skits for ages of movies and parodies of movies, of music videos, etc. It did transition to a digital media source, which required less budget and, to be honest, probably funnier people
than this.
Although I like the Wayans brothers. The Wayans brothers are good. I
would actually disagree with you. I think the Wayans brothers who wrote the film are really good, and they're also in the film.
But this isn't funny.
But I would say all the acting is actually pretty damn funny. Like Anna Faris is brilliant, and so is Shannon Elizabeth.
Anna Faris is. I don't know her from anything serious ever. Anna Faris is maybe the best actor at acting like she's crap at acting. She might just be crap at acting, but I don't believe that. I think she is so good at acting like she's a shit actor. Because my God, does she seem like Dross?
I think
her over exaggerated delivery on everything, like turning around shocked with such an obvious she's so good. She is so good at it. If there was an Oscar for shit acting, she would get it every time. Intentional shit acting. I hope it's intentional. Fuck me, I hope it's intentional. Anna Faris.
She was in the slasher movie Lover's Lane before this, that came out in 1999, which I haven't seen, but I would love to watch just to see what her. Because
I would actually.
I wonder, her character hasn't got a blue highlight on Wikipedia, so I'm guessing she's just a little side character that just gets. She's one of the slasher's victims, I guess.
She has a very long-running podcast.
Does she?
As well.
Which ended a couple of years ago, actually.
No, Anna Faris is unqualified. Apparently, it's still running.
Oh, I saw that it stopped. But anyway, she is also in Brokeback Mountain.
Yes.
What?
So she does have turns in actually quite a serious film. But like scrolling down her IMDb, like it is all like comedies, parody movies. She is like, there are a few good like other comedy films where she's not like acting like shit. Like The Hot Chick, which is a terrible movie with her and Rachel McAdams and Rob Schneider, but she's very good in it. And she's also really good in Friends as well.
My bad, Chandler, you're right. Anna Faris's podcast is not running anymore.
Yeah. And she's also in Just Friends. Have you ever seen that with Ryan Reynolds?
I think I have.
Amy Smart.
I think I have.
And she is so over exaggerated in that, but it is so So funny.
Like
I love Just
early
Friends.
Ryan Reynolds films are very much in the same realm as Anna Faris. They are just like crappy parody-ish films. Like I love the Van Wilder films, even though they are absolutely abysmal. And I again won't watch them again because I found them funny when I was 12, and I probably won't find
Van
them
Wilder.
funny now.
The first Van Wilder is very, very good. But even other than Anna Faris, like Regina Hall's very good, and I also think Shannon Elizabeth is very good. Like Shannon Elizabeth is actually, better in this than she is in obviously like American Pie.
Yeah, it's weird not to hear her with a fake Eastern European accent.
I mean, I think the Wayans brothers, is this their first feature film together as a three?
Starring.
Those two starring, and then the other brother directing / starring in it. He does have a small role, and it's we'll come on to that later. That's an unbelievable little cameo. I think
it might be that they did have a TV show together called The Wayans Brothers, which got cancelled.
Yeah, this is a joke in the film.
Is it?
Which is there's a joke at the end when he's stabbing Bobby, and he's saying The Wayans Brothers was a good show. It didn't deserve to get cancelled. Without a finale. I think there's a film called New Blood, maybe? I don't know. Just looking down there. No, definitely not. Yeah, this is their first film together then.
This is their first big one. The second big one you could probably argue was White Chicks, and then Little Man after that. But
White Chicks, that's a great film.
I'm sure we'll cover that at some point, and James can tell us everything that's wrong with that.
Great fucking movie.
Just they're.
Do you want me to make a really wank? Oh, go on, sorry.
No, I kind of want to hear what you had to say.
So I was like, I can make a really wanky, critical, and political comment on what makes the Wayans Brothers good, especially in the early 2000s.
Go on then.
Well, I think that there's an image in cinema where the black man is meant to be the machoist man, and the Wayans Brothers have always been able to kind of shift that reality, and in such huge movies they've been able to, like in this movie, what's the character's name?
Ray.
Ray he's closeted gay.
No,
and
first of all, you sucked my whoa.
And in White Chicks, where they're cross-dressing as white women, like they're very open to breaking down those boundaries for comedy and creation, especially at a time in the early 2000s of which, the black man was meant to be the machoist of the macho blokes in cinema.
And to be fair, there is a line on that in the film, like right at the start in the Carmen Electra scene, when he goes, get off the phone, or because my boyfriend's coming around soon, and he's black, and he's going to kick your ass.
I think that they actually do important work, genuinely, in these fucking films that they make. They actually do important work in breaking down that stereotype, and also using the stereotype, because he's like a football player, American football player. Like, they're meant to be like hard men, and he's like in the closet, and they're really good at breaking down that stereotype. There you go. There's my one critical point. For this
I love how
trash.
I love how in our messages before, when we were organising to record this, Alex went, "This record won't take long. There's no philosophy in this film," and I went, "Yes, there is. We'll find something," and there it was.
Yeah.
And I
there's always
with you,
something.
James, anyway, you're saying that black men have been big and macho and not afraid to show emotion, or afraid to show emotion. Have you ever seen The Green Mile? There's a big guy in that who cries.
Is that it? Is that all you want to say on The Green Mile?
That's funny if you've seen The Green Mile, because it's such
Is that how he heals people?
It's such a heart-wrenching, horrible scene. Have you not seen that film?
I think
I've not seen The Green Mile.
I mean, don't.
Maybe we've got to watch that.
It's a great film, but only do it when you're feeling emotionally stable and ready.
Anyway, gonna fill us back to this film.
That was like a classic. You build up jokes that way. That is like your. That's like if you were writing comedy, that's how all your jokes would be. But that one definitely fell flat.
Yeah, because you haven't seen an absolute classic. I can't factor that in.
Just gonna pull us back to this movie. I think the other thing that the Wayans brothers do is, as I say, before, obviously this is based upon two different horror movies, but the actual original plot, the actual original screenplay, is actually two screenplays put together. Like the studio that bought this film had bought two parody scripts, and the Wayans brothers basically put these together, and the Wayans brothers basically rewrote both scripts essentially. So most of the jokes in here are from the Wayans brothers, and that's why I think they all, like, as well as what James just said with his wanky comment, which is quite true actually. They are just inherently good comedy writers as well.
So yeah, I think they are good comedy writers, but this film is definitely, it suffers from the time it came out. I think if we were watching this back in 2000 and whatever, where it's very culturally relevant and we understand all of the references because they're then and there, and we're younger. Maybe not. Maybe if we're a bit older when it came out, and not like, I don't know how old we would have been. 2005. Maybe we were like 12. Absolutely hilarious, but I don't think in 2025 as 30-year-olds, I don't think it's quite as funny, and it suffers from being the first as well.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys came up on you when you watched it, but mine had a slate at the start going, this film shows outdated views and jokes and stuff like that, but it is unedited.
No.
Yeah.
Where did you watch it?
I had that on mine, which I watched it on Sky.
Ah.
Oh wow, mine. I watched it on Amazon, but I might have not seen that, but I skipped the opening credits.
Yeah, fair. I do agree with you, James. Like, the one thing I definitely wrote down is this film is definitely dated, and it does suffer from being the first, because we've seen these jokes a lot over the last 25 years.
Yeah,
I think that's why you tend to live with your comedies and comedians as you get older, in a way, because they are often an image of your most conscious time, if that makes sense, or like when you're like probably between the ages of 15 and 30 often, and comedy is so time relevant, culturally relevant, that unless you grow with that, your audience is going to stay the same. And I think that's where this film ultimately suffers, is like, you ultimately need a new version of this now with culturally relevant jokes, which is why Scary Movie 6 is quite an interesting prospect. I'm not going to say exciting prospect, because I'm going to be honest, it'll probably absolutely bomb. But I do think it's an interesting prospect.
It'll just be filled with trans jokes.
So is this one.
No, it's got one bit of trans joke.
And it was more culturally acceptable to be trans in 2000, which is mental to say.
To be trans or to make trans jokes?
To be trans.
Okay.
And thus, I think, make trans jokes in this sense. Because I think if a trans joke now in a movie would be about TERFs and people being non-accepting. And that's where I feel like the Wayans brothers would go.
We'll find out next year with Scary Movie 6.
Yay.
Yeah, we will.
There are, like, as we say, like, the jokes are dated and some of them don't land anymore. Like, for me, I'll be honest, her balls slapping right next to Anna Faris's face, I just went,
did nothing for me.
That's quite dated. Alex is rolling on his chair laughing, literally. But there are some absolutely great ones. There are some absolutely great ones that do still land for me. Like, there's one right at the start of the film when the reporter, Gail, the Gail character, is going, she's being annoyed by the kids and she's trying to give a report and going, the terrible tragedy of one kid. Then she turns around and goes, fuck you, shoots a kid and goes, the terrible tragedy of two kids dying. I thought that was really funny. That made me really laugh.
Her bits might have been my favourite. She's funny. It was like, who do I have to sleep with to get a story around here? And then sleeps with Doofy.
Yeah.
And then I wrote down that she always swallows.
Jesus Christ.
2 points. Firstly, this film is definitely, I always say, the late 90s, early 2000s is going to be a really difficult piece of history to have to explain in about 20 years' time, when we have to explain what wank mags were and lads mags and page 3 and just the Soccer girls on Soccer AM, if you're of a certain vintage, where they'd come on and be like, "How old are you?" and they'd go 18, and then they'll go, "Great age,
good age, good age."
Come back now, and you're like, ah.
I did find it funny where the Scream. What's his name? Scream. The slasher guy. Is his name actually Scream?
Ghostface,
that's it. Where he, at the start of the film with the Carmen Electra bit, where he's like, "I'm looking at you right now," and he's just folding out a porn magazine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no one's going to understand. Like, people don't get that now. Like, what happened to the top shelf? What happened to the top shelf?
It's still there.
There are some incredible...
Bring back FHM. You're quite tall yourself, sir.
I know, but you're just
there are some
huge.
There are some great, like, really famous gags and really good sight gags, like the scene of her being chased up the stairs of him and her just throwing shit down at him, like the bike and the grandma.
And the
it's so famous. It's still so funny. There are a couple famous ones that I didn't really enjoy this time round, like the Blair Witch parody when she's gone into the scenes, and it's just the snot running down her face. Like I was actually quite grossed out by that. I don't think I was when I was like 15 if I watched this, but now I'm like, this is grim.
That was kind of crap.
No, there's like, we could be here all day discussing the joke of where there's all the TV crews at the school after the murder, and it's all it's going round, and then you've got Gail, and then you've got the black TV crew that just sit in the van and shout, "White folks be dead, we get the fuck out of here."
That is, I actually probably think that's the best meta joke in the entire film, because it is such a common trope of it's the black guy that gets murdered first.
I enjoyed a bit where they first introduced Buffy. And there's really subtle references to Buffy the Vampire Slayer in just the makeup of the characters, in where Anna Faris starts kind of acting a lot like Willow Rosenberg, played by Alison Hannigan. Not Alison Hammond. Well, very different.
Well, yeah, she is. Well, yeah, because Sarah Michelle Gellar, who plays Buffy, is in I Know What You Did Last Summer, so that's why Shannon Elizabeth character is called Buffy.
But there's like the homeless guy coming up, she's like, "I want to help people," and the Buffy character speaks. That's not like the real Buffy, but the way Anna Faris starts acting, the script writing for her is so much like Willow Rosenberg from Buffy, and I was like, not really funny, but it's kind of, that's nice, that's subtle, that's good. I quite like that.
Again, another great gag in that where he says, "Can I spare $1?" and she's like, "Can't you see this guy is hungry?" Goes to give him a sandwich, and then he just throws the sandwich back at her and says, "I said $1, bitch."
I have genuinely offered to buy a homeless person food once, and they have declined me.
That's because they saw you and just thought, you really?
There is.
You need all the help you can get, kid.
As Alex said, we could be here for absolutely ages talking about all the favourite gags. One of my favourite ones, I'm just going to put this out before we try and move on, is when they're at the movies and she gets murdered by everyone, and the Ghostface just sort of sits back because she's so annoying, everyone just wants to kill her. And then in that bit, there's a trailer for a movie which is basically a slave version of Titanic.
Yes.
Which I genuinely thought was so funny, and I was like, "Am I a bad person?"
And that has the cameo in from Keenan Wayne's.
Oh, is he the director?
He's the director, and that's his little cameo bit where he's going, "I'm the king of the world."
Do you guys want to hear two absolute, like, horrendous bits of, like, in another universe, different castings this could have had?
Go
Go on.
So Anna Faris landed the part when she was working at an ad agency, but she was a week away from moving to the company's London office.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been her movie career done. And instead of whoever played Bobby, Marlon Wayans, Jared Leto was offered the part.
Oh, really?
Oh.
And absolutely no thank you. No one wants to watch Jared Leto act.
Jared Leto would have been in, like, Requiem for a Dream, I reckon, when this was shooting. So those are two very different parts.
Alicia Silverstone landed the read of Cindy Campbell, but turned it down. And so Aaliyah, the famous R&B singer who sadly passed away in, I think, a plane crash, she was offered the role of Brenda.
But I think Regina Hall, who played Brenda, she kills it in this movie and in the subsequent movies. Scary Movie 2,
right.
Unbelievable, phenomenal.
If you want to link this to all the other like your American Pies and those sorts of movies, Jennifer Coolidge was offered the role as Miss Man.
Of course.
Which I'm sorry,
that would have been good.
That's so rude to Jennifer Coolidge. Dare you?
Especially because her testicles would never flop out. I also
Jennifer Coolidge's class.
I love the way that's we glossed over it, but that's her way of trying to like seduce Anna Faris's character is by letting her balls just.
There is one of my favorite lines in the whole film is from that Miss Man character when she's talking to the girls and she goes, "Here are some helpful tips," and one of them was always wipe front to back.
They would try.
That genuinely got written down. But I just want to move us on. I literally just want to say, I actually think two of the best references are at the end of the film. There's one when the dad comes out because he's been missing the whole weekend and he's dressed as like the pulp, like from Pulp Fiction, like when they get kidnapped with the gag in his mouth and everything. Well, that was quite funny, and the whole Usual Suspects reference ending I thought was really good. And I think both of you should say one more joke that you love, and then we can move on.
Oh no,
love is a strong word. I don't know if I loved any of them.
Oh fuck. Found mine. The beauty contest. There's two parts to this one. The girl who has dreadlocks with she's called Miss Thing, and she also has puby dreadlocks. That's fun. And the second one is Buffy's character is called Miss Fellatio, and when she does a dramatic reading, the whole it's just brilliant.
It is full of sight gags, and I think, James, your favourite scene from the whole film is?
I don't know. I liked the joke right at the start with Cindy and her dad, where he's like, "I heard a noise, but it might have been the crack I just smoked."
Yeah.
and the police. And if the police show up, what do you do? It's like, you'll work with Mr. Escobar? Like, what the fuck? And it's like, what do? You flush the drugs.
Mix it with baking soda, not baking powder.
Yeah. Cake's coming out. You've loved that joke since you were 2.
Yeah.
But also, it makes sense. Stay as a lovely house. Lovely house.
Do you think this film could be made now? Like the exact same movie? I think it could be made. I don't think it would be successful as it was back in 2000, is my overall on that.
It would be successful with a different demographic, I think.
I don't know if it would be successful just because of the state of movies, but I also don't think it would be released in cinemas. It feels straight to streaming, or it does feel like almost like a feature-length YouTube thing.
Yeah.
But I do think it could be made. I don't think there was any jokes in this that were particularly outrageous. The way it views women is very 2000s referenced with lads, mags, etc. But I don't think anything was that egregious.
I think it's interesting, the fact, as you say, it's an interesting prospect that Scary Movie 6 is going to come out next year, because I don't think a film like this would be bet on now. I don't think without this history of these sort of parody movies, I don't think a film of this type would be made next year. So I think it's an interesting prospect, as you said earlier, James.
Yeah, there are bits in it that I just don't think would fly now. The Ray being gay joke all the way through. Would that be acceptable now?
Did you think any of the jokes they made with him? Do you think any of them are homophobic? I don't think it was particularly homophobic.
No,
but
it wasn't taking the piss out of gay people.
You could argue the end bit when he's like, "I'm not gay." It's like, you sucked my dick. You could maybe argue that that's slightly homophobic.
I don't really think it's homophobic, but we're not exactly the three guys to judge.
No.
No, we are not.
But
I am wearing my rainbow trackies now, though. So
is it poking fun at the gay community? that's a
I
whole
think
other
it pokes.
question.
I think it pokes fun at a certain type of closeted gay man in more masculine situations.
Which I think is fine. I would.
But I don't think it doesn't
think...
it doesn't outwardly say anything's wrong with being gay. It's just he is a character that is not happy. Well, he's in denial about being it.
However, there are jokes at the end, which I did write down, is that if you don't get sex from your girlfriend, it turns you to an incel and gay.
Oh yeah, no, that's pretty rough. That's the stuff.
Yeah, that's a pretty rough bit of dialogue.
Yeah, I thought that the way it does treat women in this film is pretty bad.
Yeah.
But they aren't framing what he says as the right thing.
That is true.
It's just said. Like, bad things can be said as long as it's known that, like, that's not the takeaway of the film is that's true. The takeaway is, no, you suck, bro.
I do think this film could be made, like, now with no history. However, I don't think it would be successful. There are a few bits that I thought were, like, that just didn't land for me. Like, their sex scene with all the jokes of, like, how big a bush is and the bats flying out and, like, how much he comes after. All that fell completely flat for me.
Oh yeah, the way it treats women actually now that you're listing things has to go. Like, it has to go.
Oh yeah, the whole way through where Anna Faris is like, "No, I'm not ready yet," and he's like, "No, come on." That
Yeah. But again, you could show that in a film and you show that it's wrong, which they
True.
that part
is correct.
is okay. You don't just have a film and not show bad things. Otherwise, you would never have films. You just show it's wrong, but like the bats flying out and that is pretty rank.
Does trans teacher fly now?
Does trans teacher fly now?
Which sounds like some sort of code. Would sound like some sort of code word for start the attack.
There is one line that I found quite funny in that. Again, another one I found quite funny in that is when she goes, it's a lifestyle choice just to get an edge at sports, something like that. And I was like, that's quite funny.
I mean, I think that's like, you could consider that culturally relevant to today in all the discussions around that.
Yeah.
And
it
also talks of the absurdity of people transitioning to get an edge in sports.
There is one, talking of how this film portrays women, is the scene when Buffy gets murdered and she's like so annoying throughout it all and thinks it's a joke, and then she finally gets her head chopped off and she's still chatting. She's still like going,
"Oh, now you've cut my head off. You got blood on my new Prada shoes. You're gonna pay for that."
Yeah. It is funny, but it is also bad in a depiction of women. But it is overall, I think,
there's that really
kind of funny,
really random one that's just sprinkled into the middle of the movie with the teacher who has a baby and hands it to her dad who's a student.
Yeah,
and then
that's a really good one.
But no, it's not that good until she turns to another student and says, "I'll see you after school," and then they high five.
Prince Andrew loved that bit of the movie.
They're in college. So he's like, Prince Andrew's there going, "Nah, not young enough for me."
Sorry, Andrew. No Prince.
Oh, not Prince. Andrew Mountbatten Winter.
And that's where we're going to Takes.
Nonce.
It takes time, and as we've been doing throughout this series, the seance board is choosing. Now, last week, of course, we accidentally contracted all of our grandparents, and we didn't get any takes done. But this week, the spirits have got everything in order.
I'm going to call my nan after this. Christ.
It's time for Chandler's take. Take it away.
I think my overall take is I definitely remember enjoying this film much, much more when I was younger, like in my teens, early 20s. Watching it back now, as we've been through, there are some very, very funny jokes. I did enjoy watching this film for the first, I would say, 45 minutes, and then it did sort of tail off for me. I think a lot of those scenes we just sort of spoke about that fell really flat for me, and maybe would need to be redone if this film was being brought out tomorrow, were in the sort of later half of the film, and you could sort of see that it's slightly running out of jokes and like bits and stuff. So that's why I think why when they wrote those sketches within the film that they sort of fell flat nearer the end. However, it is a good movie, but it is dated. I think the main word to say is dated. It just is. Like, if you watch this in the early 2000s and you're of a certain age, you're going to love this movie. And I think even us who sort of, grew up, were teenagers sort of 10 years after the fact, still love this movie. But yeah, overall, enjoyable film. Take it for what it is. Think about the time that it was released and you'll still have a good time, but it is very dated. James?
Very similar to you. I don't think it's a good movie. I mean, the ratings from the time aren't amazing. I think that I definitely, similarly to you, I enjoyed it a lot when I was, say, 12. And that would have been 8 years after the fact of its release. But it's not very good. It definitely needs that cultural relevance. And I definitely found it really, really, really funny when I was 12, because I was 12. And it was the time that the cultural relevance was still there. Watching it as a 30-year-old in 2025 is rough. I didn't laugh. I don't think I physically laughed. At maybe once or twice. Barely laughed at all. Talking about it with you guys, I have found the gags funnier than actually watching the movie. And I think if I watched it with you guys, we'd had a couple of drinks or something and we were just chilling, and then we watched it together, probably find it really, really funny. And actually that feels like where it's best to watch now, and kind of like with your mates reminiscing sort of thing. But I honestly, I just ended up having it on in the background after starting it. I was bored. It's really crap in 2025. Like, I actually can't say how bad I thought it was. I was like, this is rubbish. This is a waste of my time today. Like, not the record, but the film was a waste of my time.
I'm really glad you got that
there. But I know I enjoyed it when I was young. It doesn't mean that the film's irrelevant. It's just dated, so dated. And also, it's nice to go back and see Anna Faris in something, because she is the actress that I know for these types of films. As I say, she's so good at acting crap. And I do think it's intentional. I'd love to see her in something so serious. Like, chuck her in, like, I don't know, put her in a...
She's in Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, and I've not watched Brokeback Mountain.
That is a very serious Oscar-winning film.
What's it called? I'd love to see her in a... forget the name. Christopher Nolan film or something. I think that would be, like, so funny. Also, I think I'd like to see Christopher Nolan take on a parody film. Might be awful.
That would be interesting.
He doesn't write it, but he directs it. Probably be awful. Have no idea. I have no idea about his comedy directing chops at all. But get Anna Faris in every Edgar Wright film.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, fuck it, do it.
Alex?
He's seething. His whole demeanour is shit.
I've been holding it in. My eye was twitching when you were speaking. Every word you say is a lie. It's a comedy classic. I don't think you can take it. You can't take it too seriously, as Chandler said. But it lives in in the zeitgeist of the early 2000s culture. That's great. I got to use the word zeitgeist.
Yeah.
I feel so smart.
That was really good for you.
Thank you. More than 2 syllables. Is it? No, fuck, it's 2.
And a Z.
I think taking it outside of that and bringing it to the modern sense, like comparing it to like Vine and YouTube comedies, slightly unfair. It's the genesis for these things. And comparing it to the current climate of comedy is unfair. But I think its best quality is that it sets us on the path to White Chicks with the Wayans brothers, and that's something we can't take away from it.
We are definitely going to do White Chicks at some point, aren't we? And I can't wait.
I can't wait.
So very quickly, to wrap up the Halloweeny trilogy.
Alex has cramp, I think.
What are your ratings of our 3 Halloweeny films?
I think, Alex, you've definitely seen Beetlejuice, so I think you should give 2 rate. One where it's NA and one where it's not.
So Beetlejuice is rock bottom because I haven't seen it. So it could be terrible.
Fair.
Struggling with immense cramp in my leg. Beetlejuice is 3rd because that's what's done this to me. And then obviously Addams Family. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I did. There's no getting around
You
that.
can't do this.
I would love to.
You can't do this.
Both on the top step, but unfortunately, this isn't school sports day. This is a genuine competition where it matters. There has to be a loser, and unfortunately, in this,
You're a joke, mate.
The Addams Family is in 2nd, and Scary Movies in
You're
1st.
pathetic.
You're
You're pathetic.
For the sound of the teacher's testicles falling, that sounded like wet marbles. And Addams Family just doesn't have any falling testicles.
You're funnier than that.
James?
I'm just flabbergasted, honestly. Scary Movies last.
What's your rating?
And can I, Scary Movies last, because the other 2 films are comedies, and they are funny, and they've stood the test of time. I don't know how you can go against that.
For the tape, Alex has walked off because he's got cramp.
Alex finds this film so good because some balls slap across a leg. I could show him that every day if he really wanted me to. Fucking hell.
So, Scary Movies number 3. What's 1 and 2?
I'm not going to do a cop-out like you've done previously where you can't rate a number 1 and you put them both the same. Even though I would genuinely like to. But I think I'll go Addams Family 2nd and Beetlejuice 1st. I thought Beetlejuice's production and everything was really, really good, and it was funny. But both movies are gag. All of these films are kind of gag movies in their own way, and I found Addams Family really funny, really good, really interesting characters, and I really liked Beetlejuice. So yeah, I'll go Beetlejuice with a very, very, very close second, Addams Family, because I think I found Beetlejuice just a little bit funnier, a little bit better, and then Scary Movie last because I'm not going to be swayed by some ball swinging to put it in 1st. What is that absolute rubbish? Mine.
I think I have 2 sets of ratings. I think objectively, as films, I think I would have to agree with James. Beetlejuice, Addams Family, Scary Movie. However, no, do you know what? I was going to say, for teenage me, I want to put Scary Movie 2nd, but now it's got to go 3rd. I don't have 2 ratings. I agree with James. Beetlejuice, Addams Family, Scary Movie.
He's so mad. I knew this was going to be the way it was as soon as it was picked. And it was,
look. You have your own free will. You're entitled to say stupid things. You've said stupid things. Now we have to move on.
We're the only people in the world that have compared Scary Movie to Beetlejuice and Addams Family. No one else has ever done that. Ever. That's the beauty of our podcast. Because we are comparing films that have fucking no business being compared.
He's not wrong.
Definitely gets marks up just for that cultural fucking phenomenon.
That's it for the Halloween trilogy. Next up, it's the 4th Take show where we'll look back on the trilogy and look ahead to all things in the future. All of our things. Like flying cars and...
Are we not doing a real horror film?
No.
We'll do that after the 4th Take. Or should we do the horror film then the 4th Take?
What? We're doing a horror film? No, we're not doing a horror film.
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing one.
No, we'll do the 4th Take and then we'll do the horror film.
There you go. We're doing the 4th Take then the horror film. It's been agreed. I unfortunately could feel a terrible illness coming on in about 2 weeks' time. If you have any questions on your mind, that could be where does the moon go at night? That could be how is Anna Faris such a great actress? please do send them in to... No, write a comment on the episode, I guess. I can't remember our email.
Go on our hot page.
And Chandler has crashed.
Yes.
Yay!
He's back.
I think my internet went.
And we're back. And it's
And
live.
we're back.
Our email is 3takesofstupidity@gmail.com.
There you go. Send us all of your questions, including why is sweet corn called sweet corn when it's not actually sweet, but popcorn is popcorn. But you can get a sweet popcorn.
Sweet corn is sweet. Sweet corn is sweet.
Interesting.
Sweet corn is sweet.
There you go. Don't send that question in. James has answered it. It's goodbye from James.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Chandler.
Bye-bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye. No advice this week because Chandler has to go and shout "Come on, you whites" in West London, but is not part of a Tommy Robinson rally.
Come on, Fulham.
Please don't forget to rate and review the podcast on your platform of choice. It really helps us grow. Make sure to follow us on our socials and our individual Letterboxd accounts. The links can be found in the description or at www.hopwith2ps.bio/3takes or search for 3 Takes of Stupidity on most platforms. We're most active on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube. Please send us your film and trilogy suggestions to our hot page on social media, or you can email us at 3takesofstupidity@gmail.com. Thank you and hope to have you back.